Well, for many of us, we spend just as much time at work as we do at home. And those relationships you have with your coworkers are so important. But just like your friends and family, there can be struggles and conflict. You just have to know how to deal with it. Author Karin has a new book out called Powerful Phrases, Dealing with Workplace Conflict. She's also the CEO of Let's Grow Leaders. Karin's joining us via Zoom today to talk about workplace communication and culture. Karin, thanks so much for being with us.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
So let's talk about Let's Grow Leaders and what you do there, and then how it ties out also into this new book, how it can help people.
Yeah, so we're a global leadership development firm, and we're all about really practical tools and techniques for human-centered leaders, and really do a lot of work with communication. And we have so many people we work with, and they're like, Karin, David, just please give me the words to use, which is really what inspired this book.
All right, so let's talk about some of the words. Let's talk about some of the conflicts, obviously, that people deal with, because there are so many different kinds of things that people deal with in the workplace, and so much has changed, particularly after COVID with work from home and all these different dynamics. So what are people dealing with right now?
You know, we talk about conflict cocktails, right? So our research, we did a World Workplace Conflict and Collaboration Survey, and said 70% of people are saying that there's the same or more or significantly more conflict. And the kinds of conflicts are changing. So people are dealing with so much leftover stress and anxiety, mental health challenges post-pandemic. Now they're working remotely in many cases, more globally. So you've got time zone tangles that you're dealing with. And all of this makes this longing for human connection and yet harder to connect. And then we've got all the social unrest and the dynamics and the big conflicts with a capital C that are happening all over the world, and people have different points of view. And that has to creep into the workplace. And so one of the things that we have really heard from people is, you know what, I'm too stressed. I'd rather just not say anything. And yet, when we ask people to think about a significant conflict that they had in the past and what advice would they give to their former self, they said, I would stay calmer and I would talk about it or talk about it sooner. So that's why people need these words.
Absolutely, right? You got to bring it out and get over these humps, because it's just going to fester. Let's talk about the first steps that people should take if they have a difficult situation they're dealing with at work.
Yeah, the first thing I would say is, what is the conversation you need to have with yourself? Why does what you have to say matter? What is at stake if you stay silent? And what will you feel on the other side once you've been heard? And when we ask that third question of people all over the world, the number one word, I bet you could guess it, is relieved. I felt relieved, right? And so there is relief and less stress on the other side of these conversations. So I would start there. And then we have 4 dimensions of productive conflict that you really need to think about. First, are you connected as human beings? And so can you create a human connection? Then clarity, what does the successful outcome do? And what will a successful outcome do for each of you in the conversation? Curious, because it's really hard to be furious and curious at the same time, right? So how do I show up curious about the other person's perspective and what's possible, other alternative ways of looking at this? And then commitment, how do we land this conversation in a shared understanding of next steps and outcomes? Because that's why we have these Groundhog Day conflicts, right? Because we don't bring the conversations to closure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the way your book is set up, because it really does identify the different issues, and there, you can kind of flip through it and be like, well, this is what I'm dealing with, and you can go to that. Let's talk about, because there are very different things. Something that you use is, you have the quiet quitters, but then you have the people who are overwhelmed and overworked and can't get enough done. And so there's so many different dynamics that people are dealing with.
Yeah, absolutely. So the book is, as you say, designed if you are in an ACE, an acute conflict emergency. You can go to the table of contents and say, oops, somebody just stole credit for my idea. What do I do? And then it will take that scenario and it'll take those 4 dimensions and it'll give you how do you show up connected? How do you show up curious in this conversation? And how do you really bring this conversation to commitment? So, you asked what kinds of conflicts are people dealing with? I'll tell you, this credit stealing is a biggie. And I taught an MBA class years ago, and it was about dealing with difficult people. And it was interesting. You had to bring a difficult person. 50 people in the class, 49 of them of 50 said it was their boss. And the number one issue was that their boss was stealing credit for their idea. So this is, but half the time you twist it on the side. Maybe the boss didn't really know they were doing that. They didn't mean to. That's why you got to show up curious. Right.
Yeah. In the end, I think everyone just needs to be heard. One more thing. Are there times when, obviously there's no resolution? Like, when do you know it's time to get out?
Yeah. And this was some of the most heartbreaking stories in the research was people told, and they're like, I had no choice but to quit. And so a couple of questions, again, I'd go back to the questions you ask yourself. Have I tried? Like, have you tried to have the conversation? And then I would say, is this just me in conflict, or is this a systemic organizational conflict, right? Is there something, there's a values clash here? Is this impacting other areas of my life, right? And do you like how you are showing up, or are you starting to take on toxic, courage-crushing behaviors? Are you becoming somebody that you can't really enjoy living with? And answering those questions can really help make a difference about whether you should stay and work on it or whether it's time to leave.
All right. Wonderful, Karin. Thank you so much for your insight this morning. You want to learn more. You feel like you need this. Powerful phrases for dealing with workplace conflict. And letsgrowleaders.com. You can find more there. Of course, the book available Amazon.com. We'll be right back.